Hello and welcome back to Factorio Space Exploration and Krastorio 2. So, we're having some issues on Eostria here. It keeps getting attacked by biters and, well, it's not really sustainable anymore, in my opinion. So, what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna take this blueprint, gonna stick it here into our thing with a relative snapping. Okay, that actually doesn't work. Is that's not... Why is this off? That's off by 1, apparently. It's great that I picked that one specifically then. Not sure. Which ones are correct then? Whatever, dude. I think they were probably just misplaced. Okay, let's do this. That still does not work. Right. I have to reduce the size, don't I? This size has to be in the middle of the roboport. So we need to cut this amount here. Right. Okay, perfect. So we'll do this, I think. And then we are going to construct some kind of wall here on this planet. Some kind of wall. Let's say we want it to be 10 out. That would make it here. Then we take this. Let's say we want that 10 in. Let's do groups of 2, I think. They will be overlapping, which is great. And we're gonna need a little bit of power here. Just gonna do that, I think. Okay, nice. This wall is by no means gonna be perfect. But I'm really hoping that it will add at least some kind of security here. This is a little bit annoying because this is the other way around, yeah? Okay, and then we take this. My goal here is to just not let them completely walk into my base. And we can do the same on the other side, yeah? Very nice. And I think everything here is powered. When it comes to these corners, I think we probably want to have a couple extra turrets here. Just for safety. And then we'll put one here as well. And then we'll put one here. And that should cover the whole thing. Now, obviously, we don't have the materials here to do this yet. And because we have such huge power problems here, this is not going to be able to request properly either. But this hopefully will make them unable to just walk in here from the outside, at least. And I'm gonna be satisfied with that. They'll still be able to break the wall eventually, but it's not gonna be as easy as just walking in here. And this is going to up the power requirements quite heavily. Okay, you have 1500 wall on the way, which is great. And 70 solar panels. That's really insane. So I did change some things up. That's speaking of that. Let's take a look at Holmium now. So I have an idea. We are stacking this up slightly. So I would like... this here. So we can do this. And we'll do that. Okay, we can't put that in there. I will put that in there instead. We'll do that. Then we'll take... whatever. We'll take this. We'll do a thing here on the right. Put that in there. We'll put this here. Sand goes in here. That should be it. And hopefully this is going to increase our holmium production just slightly. At least so we can spend whatever we're getting here. Okay, let's launch this. Because we do need to construct a shit ton of roboports here. We are able to at least sometimes fill the accumulators. But not all the time. So I think this needs to become this and 500. That should make sure that we have at least a few of them. How are we doing on roboports? That's the question. This guy has been making a ton of roboports. And we still have some in stock. And that's working pretty nicely. We should have enough modules to satisfy this build as well. Not input priority. Please do output priority here. We'll see how this works out. I don't think we're going to get a lot extra, but if we can get just slight amount extra, that would be super freaking helpful. At least we're getting the accumulators to charge slightly. It's not a lot, but it's a little bit. And every little bit helps right now. Every little bit helps. Nice. So between episodes, I also finished up this. So we have this train going up here instead of this thing we had here next to the iron. I'm actually going to remake this station here. This will be where we process our Immersite instead of down here. It's pretty close to the base. The spot just opened up, so we might as well just use it. Nice. I should have done that blueprint a long time ago. Somehow I doubt that we'll survive the nights here still. Which it should become kind of soon. This should be dipping soon. Yep, there we go. It's not a very long night. But I don't think the accumulators can handle it right now. $250 construction bots here is probably not enough. We can remove this part. Okay, so we are getting all of this. This became no meaningful increase. Also, because of this, actually. Probably mostly because of that, but yeah. Well, like, why is that being damaged? Because robots are falling on it. I just want to see that we are still cleaning up Austria properly. Okay, we did have a downtime here. Definitely killed off my power with that. Surprised, but yeah, that is fine. I think this will recover fairly quickly this time. Okay, we're doing 600 per minute now. Very stable, 600. And I think we're gonna leave it at that. So in terms of Immersite, if we're getting this in, crushing it, we do need sulfuric acid, we do need nitric acid. Sulfuric acid, nitric acid, rare metals, silicon, which is a problem. Silicon is a problem. So what I want to do probably... I'll just put this out here. And then I said that we needed rare metals. We're gonna leave a bit of room here. So rare metals. And then silicon. I don't think we have silicon on a train right now. But if we get it eventually, we can unload it here. So that's fairly straightforward. This is working like a charm. Power is definitely looking better here. We're gonna have to send a couple of extra rockets here, though. Can I just get, like, laser turrets on a blueprint thing? We can get that out of the way. Let's get these out of the way as well. It's a little tad bit risky doing this already. But I'd rather have them here, if possible. And they do consume some kind of power, even in the idle state. We can get rid of this, because it's not mining anything anymore. You do need a couple of roboports still. I would assume Well, you're not sending a signal yet. Which is very unfortunate. Now, this power downtime thing is really terrible to deal with. So I definitely need this. Let's place it... Let's place it up here somewhere. Let's do this. Then we'll take that. We'll put a wide area beacon here to help with all of this. And then okay, we'll just have to wait until constructed. That's fine. How are we doing on rare metals anyway? We're doing fine. We are unloading here. And silicon definitely something we do not have on a train, right? And the only source of silicon for the logistics network is this. Okay. I mean, we'll have to deal with that. Zero 0.7. Zero 0.8. Okay, we can consume a whole blue belt with this. I think we're pretty satisfied with that. And this will produce quite a lot of the powder. Now the powder will go into some advanced chemical plants. Do I have another layout that I like better? We're gonna need a fluid input. What about if we take this? And we make this into the immersium sulfide. And that's not terrible. Right, we cannot use prod modules for this. You can consume way more. what? Whatever. We'll take that out. And then we need to make this. This also does not do productivity at all. So I think we do this. And then we steal that thing again from here, yeah? If we can. Can place that there. And then we'll take this and do that. Okay. That's not terrible. So we'll get that in there. Then nitric acid, we can do this with. And then we need to deal with the output. Maybe like this. I'm fucking that up so bad. Okay, and then we do that. So I need a nitric acid station. Coincidentally, like this one. So we'll get the nitric acid in there. You are able to use 2.4K. Ooh, yeah. I wonder if that's gonna be enough. I wonder if that's gonna be enough. I have my doubts that that's gonna be enough. Okay. After that, we want to do this. Not exactly sure. We can do something similar to this, maybe. And now this thing is gonna output a couple of different items. One of those will be the plates. Right, I should probably make sure we have room to output this as well. Speaking of mistakes. We'll move it down one. We'll move this down a bit. And then we want a loading station for plates, Immersite plates. And then we want one for Immersite crystals. There we go. This goes here. That goes there. Holmium is really chugging along right now. Oh, okay. That looks finished up. Oh, that also looks finished up. Interesting. So we are sending a bunch of these. We're only sending 8 roboports for some reason. I don't think that's correct. Oh, we do have roboports here. Okay. So it's definitely correct. And even without the defense cannons doing anything, we are hitting that accumulator problem. Which sucks a lot. Uh-huh. And then we do that, and then we do that. It's really annoying to try and line these up. Here. And here. So just adding a little bit of power here. We are definitely filling them up completely now, which is nice for a change. And how are we doing with walls anyway? Okay, we have 3,000 here. It's just so many walls to make. So many walls to make. Okay, so now we have to kind of get this together in a thing. So what did I say I needed here? I said we can spend way more than anything. That's not gonna be it. Let's say we're limited to red belt. Let's say we're limited to 1500. We can make this power consumption go away. Pretty easily, like this. We also need the rare metals. For sure. This should be one near and one far. I don't think it matters too much. We'll take this and we can position it, let's say here. We're gonna take this thing here. We're gonna put it there. Then we take this out. And then we take a blue splitter here and we get this in there. And then we're gonna need to make the crystals, and they're gonna be made here. I'll do that. Now, the crystals themselves, they do need the silicon. They don't need a lot of it. Right now we're able to make about 200 of this. And I think with advanced chemical plants, I'm gonna steal this from here again. Like so. Let's line this up decently. Can we line that up decently again? Here. So the crystals. Right, the crystals, they need both. That's the problem. That's the problem. So we'll have to take this and keep going. We'll just drag this in here. That should be all connected. And then we're gonna need the silicon here. This thing needs to go here. We'll put power there. So Is this gonna work? That's the question. I don't really care that you are outputting the thing here. Genuinely. You're powered by double beacon. Okay, that sucks. We'll solve that this way. So nitric acid is done. Now we need sulfuric acid as well. Sulfuric acid we have here, for example. That's a terrible one. We have a lot of these stops. We should have one up here. No? Should have one here, maybe. Like this one. Take that out. We'll take this. We'll send it in this direction. And then we'll send it up here. And we'll connect that. Okay. Then we'll take this bad boy. We'll place it here. We are gonna do the same thing here though that we do for the others. We're gonna take this. We're gonna do like 4,000 each. So that if we have it, we're gonna send it up here. That will go in there. Sulfuric acid is on the way. And then we can see that this is genuinely working. You guys are working hard on this still. Mostly missing construction robots. Let's increase that number a bit. I don't know if I want to keep these here. It's very good. If they do get in, it's very good to have it there. So there's only 4 per tiny square here. Let's see what we're ready to send. Let's send that. Okay, so we do have stuff coming in. We do not have nitric acid though. So I decided that we were not finishing that, apparently. This is gonna be a lot. This will be a lot of powder. We then want to take this out and take it in here. Like so. This will become crystals. So we have a huge problem with a thing here. Okay, we are solving this by putting a loading station for sulfur here. And this is only going to be enabled whenever sulfur is more than... What's a full train worth of sulfur? 20k. And then this priority is gonna go up. So we take this in here. Sulfur goes left and in there. The crystals, I think they go here, yeah. We put a blue loader there. I think we just do this. And we mirror this here. Take this out. And we'll put that in there. So all this sulfur is just going in here as a trash product. And you will be getting those, yeah? So then we can clean this up. We can clean all of this up, actually. Nice. That has been long overdue. I also think we probably just upgrade that. Can process it a little bit faster. And now we double check. This should be these. And that should be that. This is fairly easily expandable, at least. We'll take that. We'll take this. And once this finishes construction, we'll have immersion products for days with a little bit better everything. We have so much of this powder. How do I want to deal with that? Probably like this. Where is my requester chest? Powder. This. 5,000. We take that out. We prioritize from the left. So we don't have a lot of the powder, but we have some. And it will be the same here. With crushed Immersite. I don't think we have a lot of it, but if we do have any stray products there, we'll just put that in there. We have 4.8k on the way. I mean, that's good. I mean, we can probably make these a bit faster. We had about 200. This is 360. $432. Okay, so we can make about 400 of those. We can now make about 400 of these as well. 600, okay. Not bad at all. And now we have a use for the sulfur here, which will be very nice to recycle, so we don't use oil to get sulfur if we don't need to. We already have a little bit too much of all of that anyway. So Immersite is getting kinda done. This is looking pretty good as well. It's genuinely looking pretty good on Austria right now. We are still not able to store enough power for it though. Do we have a radar killing thing? Radar. Take those 4 out. Radar. And we'll put 1 in each corner here. I'm assuming we're gonna have to put something like halfway here as well. And maybe here somewhere. Maybe here. Maybe here. just so we can scout a little bit further from outside our walls. Although killing these biters that spawn here, we have definitely scouted a bit more of the planet than we initially thought. Okay, yeah, putting them here in the middle, actually not necessary here. But here in the middle, definitely. Okay, very nice, very nice. I'm gonna keep the laser turrets next to our landing pad, just in case. Because that has been a struggle. That has definitely been a struggle. Looks like we have enough of this sulfide for now to satisfy what the amount of production that we have. Which is very welcome, really. Now, the other thing that we needed to do was sort out the scrap. We need to really sort out the scrap. Because now we're getting ready to do the other sciences, and we need to be able to process that. And I think scrap specifically, there will be a lot. I'm thinking there's going to be way more scrap than I initially thought. And this station is prepared. Yes, this will always be open. So how many trains of scrap do I think I need? Let's do 4. I think this is overkill. But I'd rather have this than not. Okay, so outputs from this. We were talking about processing scrap into this. So we'll have 4 inputs. Not inputs. We'll have 4 outputs of raw material and 1 liquid. So what I need to do here would be loading station. For iron ore, copper ore, rare metal, I think it's stone as well. Yes. And then I need the heavy oil, which essentially I think we just do here. Like this, and like that. Then we connect these. And we connect this. Okay, that's great. So we need to be able to, let's say, take one belt out of each of these, but also leaving room to do more, I think. Again, I suspect scrap will be a very prominent problem. So the scrap recycling that we have here, let's see, we are going to do this. Now, this clearly doesn't do productivity, which is probably good. Let's put one warehouse here where we can load in an output belt from this. And we do want this into a splitter with the filter on it. And that's gonna go in there. And then I think we take space pipe here. No. Not like that. And then we need a loading station of some sort here for heavy oil. It's going to be like this. So somewhere around here would be good. Whatever. This here will be providing heavy oil. Boom. I don't think we need to do anything specifically about that. Let's take a compact beacon here. So I don't think... Because we can put so much speed in here, I don't think we'll need to do much. Our aim here is to be able to process 2 belts of scrap here. Then we'll take this. We'll take that. Go in. Go in. These don't consume much at all. The output from this, I think we'll take it north. And it's going to be iron, copper, rare metals. No. So it's iron ore, copper ore, rare metals, stone. That's the opposite way, isn't it? It doesn't matter. Take this out, take that out, take this out. And then we take the rare metals, or the stone out, sorry. Okay, so far so good. You absolutely cannot process enough of that. So we're gonna bang a couple of beacons in there, or a couple of modules in there, and see where we get at. I'm quite satisfied with how this is gonna turn out, actually. We just need a little bit more. This is now finished. We have enough power to sustain throughout the night as well. I do, however, think that we'll build just slightly more power here. Just slightly. And that should be fine. Did we put the modules in here? We did. So this can only do 336 scrap per minute. I am not satisfied with that. I'll be honest. I'm really not satisfied with that. Okay. We need a couple of trains here. Regardless. Also, I figured out a problem here, so I'm gonna update this. Select new contents for blueprint. We don't take entities. We don't take tiles. We only take the train. Boom. Because the problem was, if I put a train out, it would go to refuel, and then it would stay there, so it would block other trains from refueling. So I'm gonna send you upstairs to depot, and then circuit condition. And we're gonna put, so this is iron, copper, rare metals, and stone. And then we also need a tiny one. So you can go upstairs. You can go upstairs. You can go. Let's not do that. think we've made that mistake before. You can go upstairs. Oh, we also need a train to actually deliver the scrap. This should be disabled, which it is. This is not having a good time. We're not getting any advanced circuits right now. We are getting them, but it's slow. You have only 16k. I feel like we need to deal with this soon as well. Wait, glass is still being a huge pain. I think you're delivering non-stop glass. But where? Oh, I guess you're going down here. Yeah. I think you're going down here, my guy. The glass consumer up here. Which one was that? It's the modules. We almost have a full train of modules now. And then that's gonna send here. I'm gonna do this to disable it. Because it's eating every single ounce of glass that we have right now. This is actually finished up now. 336. Let's go there and put in big boy modules. Not even sure we can call them big boy modules, but put these in. That's gonna go up to 800. I mean, these two can only consume 30% of one of these belts. So we are not doing what we're supposed to be doing here. Okay, so we're gonna need a base elevator thing here. And this is going to be iron ore. So what I want you to do is to go to this station, get full cargo, go depot, do I want you to go depot? No, I don't. I want you to go downstairs, then go depot. Yeah, and I can't see that thing there. Yeah, no, I can't see that down there. So you're gonna do that. Then we have... Oh, well, we can take stone, for example. So you go to... Ooh. This is gonna interfere with this. Let's change this to scrap. Because I don't want those trains to overlap if possible. Can I copy this? I can. Nice. Because we're already providing stone over here. Anyway, let's go back to whatever train it was, this one. So you go to... Where the fuck did that go now? It went down here. Okay. Full cargo. Downstairs. Depot. Circuit condition. Then we do copper ore. You go to copper, full cargo, downstairs, depot, circuit condition. Boom. You go rare metals, rare metal ore. So you're gonna go here, full cargo, downstairs, depot, circuit condition, go. And then we have the very tiny train here. You're gonna go upstairs, depot, circuit condition. You're gonna go upstairs, depot, circuit condition. We'll do that. And then we go through these. That looks fine. You're not gonna go train deployment. You don't have train deployment. You have train deployment. You don't have train deployment. Okay. So this small train that we had sent up here went where? What? Did I send it to the big depot? I did. That's fine. So you are actually only going to be up here doing heavy oil. So what I want you to do is go to this station, full cargo, and then I think we had a request already for this decargo. Where is that heavy oil thing? Right, it's here for the thermal fluid. That's fine. And this can carry a lot. So if this has let's say, more than 380,000. Flare stack it, please. Don't tell me I can't build these in space. Please don't tell me I can't build this in space. Fuck. Okay. So, we're dealing with this by adding an alert. We're dealing with this by adding an alert to this. So, heavy. Oil more than 380. Okay. We'll put no volume. Let's make sure that it's going off right now. We're gonna show a scrap alert. And hope that that's gonna be enough. I'm gonna make sure that we have this speaker thing in here. Okay, we do have it now. We're gonna launch that immediately. I just want to see that this is genuinely working. I'll need to clean. I need to flush this manually if this backs up. Okay, so I'm gonna send these trains down to the other planet. Or to Novice. They're gonna go to the North Depot. Which is here. So you will be going to Stone Request. Empty cargo. And then you'll go up Depot Stone thing. This will be rare metals. Which is here. Empty cargo. I did send you up, yeah. So you go rare metals, you go up Depot, not circuit condition, not circuit condition, not circuit condition. This is iron ore. This empty cargo, not circuit condition. Not any weird circuit condition. Not any weird circuit condition. Not any weird circuit condition. Go away. This is copper. Request. Empty cargo. No circuit condition. Okay. I can send you guys upstairs again. Perfect. Now we have a way to deal with scrap, and we get an alert. Let's make sure this alert only goes off when this is full. Now we need our scrap train, which I apparently didn't build. Let's build a couple more trains here. I don't even know how many trains we have. We have 46 in Novice orbit and 71 on the planet. It's getting to the point where we have a lot. Can we get our trains constructed? It's gonna take a little bit of time. We have run out of this because we have run out of... Huh? Right, we did build this. Okay. Glad I double-checked this. I'm very glad I double-checked that. Glass is probably still going nuts. But all in all, this is starting to work pretty decently. Not great, but pretty decently. We haven't had any big crises here, defense-wise either. I think with these steel walls and the upgrades that we have currently, we're just cruising right now. How are we doing with iron? Oh, this has stacked up again. It's definitely struggling a bit here, though. Steel is not doing fuck all. I mean, Vulcanite is doing its thing. Yeah, we've been pretty consistent at 900 for the last hour. And I think we have to be happy with that. We are getting so much Vulcanite here. And this is just going to wait for available landing pads. So we're not able to process it quickly enough right now. And this is looking really nice as well. So all in all, this episode, we've managed to just make things way more stable than before. Did you do your thing? Well, kind of. But we're still waiting for those. Where did we have those? Is it here? They might be on the way. Okay, they are on the way. Just a little bit more of a wait. So we don't have a lot of scrap here to deal with. But we are gonna want to see that this works. So I'm probably gonna manually send that once this train is actually complete. Okay, that's now done. Still waiting. Okay. Perfect. Sending you up, sending you to depot. Circuit condition. Remove that. So now all we have to do is wait for the train to arrive here. How are we doing with solar panels? Okay, we do have 92. Oh, the mirrors are the problem. And that's glass, obviously. So what else would it be? Scrap. So you want to go to provider. Do we have 2 providers of scrap? Where's our second one? Right, it's this one. We can open this. So you go here, full cargo. Then you go to requester, empty cargo. And it's as simple as that. So 20K. You're going to go unload scrap here. This is all very nice. So 400 per minute. The most scrap we have made per minute is around 5K. But I think those are just spikes and that it won't be that consistent. And this is not going to yield a lot of resources, but at least we're getting something out of this. Okay, I'm satisfied with that. I am very, very satisfied with that. So now we have the ability to make the rest of this. Utility science is pretty much done. We just need to make these up here as well. Everything else should be fairly straightforward. Blank data cards we need to transport up here. Same with Immersite crystals and immersion plates. And then we need to make speed modules, so we need to make solid fuel somewhere. But we're definitely getting there. And then after, hopefully we'll be able to make those 2 sciences next episode. I'm not 100% confident, but it would be really nice. After that, we are starting to migrate energy science out of here and into probably here is the plan. And that's when things are going to start becoming a little bit more complicated. But this is definitely the way to go. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. If you like my content, consider subscribing to my channel. And as always, thank you so much for watching and have a really nice day.